Dire wolf. The name alone sounds like it crawled out of a fantasy novel, except this one was real, and it didn't need magic to terrify everything in its path. Picture a wolf, but wrong. Heavier skull, shorter legs, jaws built to crush bone instead of slash flesh. It weighed up to 80 kilograms, 25% more muscle than modern wolves. That bite force? Around 1,500 newtons, enough to crack a bison femur like a breadstick. But here's the twist. It wasn't actually a wolf. DNA from 2021 proved dire wolves split from gray wolves 5.7 million years ago. A completely separate lineage native to the Americas. When they went extinct 13,000 years ago, they didn't evolve into smaller wolves. They just died. And gray wolves, invasive species from Eurasia, moved in and took over. Dire wolves didn't hunt alone. They worked in coordinated packs, isolating prey, wearing them down until exhaustion did half the work. Fossils from La Brea tar pits show they died by the thousands, lured in by trapped animals. Because even apex predators make mistakes when dinner looks too easy. When dire wolves vanished, another Ice Age killer was already dominating Europe. Cave lion, Panthera spelaea. The name means cave, but this cat didn't hide in them. It hunted near them, and humans painted it on the walls out of respect. Or fear. Probably both. This wasn't just a bigger lion. It was 10% larger than modern lions, weighed over 300 kilograms, and had a mane so reduced it barely existed. Because when you're built like a freight train, intimidation comes from size, not hair. Cave paintings show them hunting horses, bison, even young mammoths. Some depict humans running, others show spears. The relationship was complicated. These lions ruled Ice Age Europe for 370,000 years, surviving climate shifts that killed everything else. Then 14,000 years ago, they disappeared. Prey gone, temperatures rising, humans spreading. The throne stayed empty until something even larger claimed it. Arctodus, the short-faced bear. Except short-faced is a terrible name for a creature that stood 3.5 meters tall on its hind legs and weighed 900 kilograms. For decades, scientists thought it was a pursuit predator. Long legs, built for running down prey like a bear-sized cheetah. Turns out, those legs were too fragile for high-speed chases and sharp turns. Recent bone analysis tells a different story. Nitrogen isotopes suggest scavenging. Skeletal structure suggests power walking, not sprinting. Arctodus likely covered massive distances sniffing out carcasses, then bullied every other predator off the kill. Dire wolves, saber-toothed cats. None of them argued when this thing showed up. Its bite force? Over 4,000 newtons, strong enough to crush skulls. It didn't need to hunt. It just needed to arrive and everyone else left. The headline predators like T-Rex, Spinosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Megalania, and Smilodon are already archived on the channel. So today, we're going deeper. And deeper means older, stranger. Built before nature figured out what too much meant. Andrewsarchus. The name sounds like a law firm. The skull looks like something that ate the lawyers. 83 centimeters long, the largest land predator skull ever found. Attached to a body scientists can only guess at because we've never found the rest. Estimates put it at 3.5 meters long, weighing over 1,000 kilograms. For years, people thought it looked like a wolf-bear hybrid with hooves. Modern analysis suggests something different. It was likely closer to entelodonts and hippos. Picture a carnivorous pig with a massive elongated snout. Because evolution doesn't repeat itself, it just gets weirder. It lived 45 million years ago during the Eocene, back when mammals were still experimenting with body plans. Some became whales, others became this. Jaws strong enough to crush bone, teeth designed for both meat and scavenging. Was it a predator or a scavenger? Honestly, with jaws like that, it didn't need to choose. But Andrewsarchus wasn't the strangest thing evolution tried, not even close. Titanoboa, the largest snake ever, Not a dinosaur, not a lizard, just 13 meters of pure muscle that made anacondas look like garden hoses. It weighed over 100 kilograms. A single vertebra was the size of a dinner plate, and it lived 60 million years ago in what's now Colombia, in swamps so hot and humid that cold-blooded giants could exist. Titanoboa didn't have venom, didn't need it. Constriction at that size doesn't squeeze, it crushes. Ribs collapse, blood flow stops, organs rupture. Prey died before they understood what grabbed them. Fossils show it ate crocodiles, not small ones, full-grown prehistoric crocodiles. Because when you're that big, everything else is food. Then the climate cooled. Snakes need heat to grow. Titanoboa shrank back into evolutionary history, leaving behind only bones and nightmares. But not all monsters lived on land. Mosasaurus, technically aquatic, practically everywhere. This 15-meter marine reptile didn't stay in deep water. It patrolled coastlines, river mouths, shallow seas. Anywhere prey came close, Mosasaurus was waiting, a double-hinged jaw with cutting teeth designed to shear flesh, not swallow whole. It wasn't a dinosaur. It was a giant lizard that crawled back into the ocean and became the apex predator of the late Cretaceous seas. For large prey, like other marine reptiles, it used shake feeding. Bite, twist, rip chunks off. Same method crocodiles use today. Smaller prey got swallowed, bigger prey got dismembered. When the asteroid hit 66 million years ago, Mosasaurus died with the dinosaurs. But the ocean didn't forget what worked. Modern predators still use ambush tactics, explosive speed, jaws built for overkill, and some never left land at all. Komodo Dragon, the largest living lizard, proof that monsters didn't go extinct. They just got smaller and moved to Indonesia. 3 meters long, 90 kilograms, equipped with venom that drops blood pressure and induces shock. For years, scientists thought it was bacteria in their saliva. Turns out, evolution gave them venom glands. Here's the real strategy. Komodos are ambush predators. They explode from cover, bite hard, rip flesh with serrated teeth. The combination of venom and massive mechanical damage usually kills fast. If prey escapes, they track by scent. But that's a failed hunt, not the plan. The bite and wait for days myth came from watching animals that got away. When the attack works, death happens in minutes, not days. They've killed humans. Not often, but enough to remind us that apex predators don't retire. They adapt. Komodos survived volcanic eruptions, climate shifts, human expansion. They're still here because they're too efficient to fail. But efficiency isn't always about size. Spotted Hyena, the most misunderstood killer on Earth. Villains in every movie, cowards in every story. Reality? Bone-crushing apex predators that hunt 95% of what they eat. Bite force around 4,500 newtons. One of the strongest bites of any living mammal. Strong enough to crack elephant bones. Their stomachs digest bone, hide, hooves, everything. Nothing gets wasted. Hyenas hunt in packs with complex social structures. They strategize, communicate, and outthink prey. Lions steal from hyenas more often than the reverse. But the laugh ruined their reputation. They've survived for millions of years across Africa, Europe, and Asia. Climate changed. Prey shifted. Hyenas adapted. Because when you're built to eat anything and outsmart everything, extinction becomes optional. And that's the pattern. Every predator on this list succeeded because they didn't fight fair. They crushed harder, bullied smarter, ambushed faster, or simply refused to die when the world changed. Evolution isn't about being the strongest. It's about being the last one standing when the dust settles. And sometimes the scariest thing isn't what we lost. It's what's still here, the gray wolf, smaller than its ancestors, still running the same playbook, still winning. If you made it this far into the depths, hit subscribe, drop a like, ring the bell, and tell me in the comments which land predator you'd least want to meet in the wild.